Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the no MSQ challenge. This is, as you can see, my layout has changed quite a bit here, and this is basically what we're going to be sticking with for the rest of the challenge, basically. I don't expect to be making too many changes here. In fact, probably even just doing all this on the right side is probably just a little too much in the end, but given the limited number of buttons we're going to have during this thing, but who knows? We'll have to see. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. So last time we left off that we had hit level 24, so we need one more level before we can pick up the new Mila quest. The other thing, I left off on the thought that things were going a lot faster than I initially thought this was going to be. It's not going that fast. I took a look at the actual experience after the fact, and yeah, we're not even a tenth of the way done at this point. So, yeah, we have a long way to go. Anyway, let's go ahead and head over to the Adventurers Guild. And what we need to do at this point is we need to make our way back over to Eastern Thanalan. So for that, we're going to hire a Chocobo Porter. And we are headed to Camp Drybone. And yeah, the pet hotbar is up there. I don't know if I'm ever gonna move that or what. Just because simply we don't have access to the Arcanist class. Which is the class that uses pets, so we'll have to see. But it might just simply be this thing pops up whenever we're on a Chocobo here. As for the initial goals that I have here today, I do want to continue with the quest that we had in Eastern Thanalan. I think we also had some hunt targets we still had to take out. Let's see. Yeah, we got this one, the Kikuran Roadrunner. I believe they're over the bridge, if I remember correctly. We also need to make our way down to Southern Thanalan at some point. And then there's also the Black Shroud, which is another place that we can go during this challenge. So that's gonna be a thing. Alright, and you know what? While we're riding over here, I realized I never sent a message out to my Discord, so let me take care of that real quick here. There we go. Alright, we are just about here at Camp Drybone, and once we're here, we'll start to clear up the quests that are in the area. In fact, we have one that we need to hand in already. We have another to do for the nearby church, and then there's several. Sorry about that, Rooks. I honestly, I had a microphone malfunction just as I was getting underway here. This was, yeah, I don't have my pop filter on right now. So my apologies if that happens to come up during all this. And it's actually looking like it's not just only that, it might be the rest of my, my microphone stand, so, I'm gonna have to put something on order here, because it's, I'm lucky to have gotten it in the way that I have it right now. I'll put it that way. But I at least wanted to make sure I did some kind of a stream here regardless. It's just, you never expect this sort of thing to happen until right before showtime. Or at least that's how it's been with me. And this is like the third mic stand I've had to go through since I started doing YouTube. So I'm like, I'm surprised that professional equipment like this just does not last. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Blue Yeti microphones are just really heavy or something like that, but even then, it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me when, you know, professional microphones and professional mic stands and things like that, they go through shows all the time on the road, and you know, I've never seen a mic stand fall down during a like a live concert or something like that. But anyway, we're going to be going for about 2 hours tonight or so, yeah, we'll see where we get to. If we get up to like level 28 or 29 or even 30, that'd be great. While we're in the area over here, why don't we go ahead and run over to the bridge? We'll go ahead and grab those quests. Okay, and actually, I'm looking at my stream here. It's actually actively dropping frames. What's going on? Let me close out a couple of things. Close you. Which usually isn't something I have to worry about. Alright, let me watch this and we'll see if this gets better here. Anyway, yes you, adventurer. I need you to fetch 3 bottles of Furble blood, and do so with all haste. Where to find Furble blood, you ask? Why, from Furbles, of course. Now hurry, this is a matter of life and death. Okay. I didn't have anything that crazy still open. It was like Photoshop and a couple of Windows Explorer folders, so... But it seems to have done the job, so... Okay. Alright, we got a quest here. Buzz off birds. We have been dispatched by the Order of Naldthal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We have only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Belladia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird, slay 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. Okay. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not, you will not, you cannot look... Ah! By the 12, my good man, you frightened me half to death. But you must forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late. What with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it would be another story. What do you say? And yeah, Rooks, I completely agree. Planned obsolescence, yeah, that's probably a good excuse there. And I mean, I've never worked in like the professional music industry, so I don't know if replacing those things on a regular basis is just simply a thing. Alright, so we'll go ahead and head across the way. This will also give us a chance to see how much, or rather what level enemies are over here. Alright, and here is one of the scarecrow spots. And then it looked like the rest were going to be down below. But yeah, I'm hoping to head into the Black Shroud at some point here today, since that's where we're going to be able to get access to some of the later quests that we need to do. Plus, that is also the only way for us to reasonably reach Korthus and Mordona. I mean, technically, we could just simply go straight up North Thanalan, or Northern Thanalan, rather. But at the same time, you know, those are like level 50 enemies in that area. Or maybe it's like high 40s. And I mean, it wouldn't be impossible for us to make that run, but what can I say? I'd rather pick up the Aetherites along the way. Since we're going to need to also, you know, keep in mind, do all the other classes that we're able to unlock here. Alright, so the Furbals over here are actually of equivalent level for us. That doesn't mean they're not going down easily here, though. And I will say there are likely elements that have made this game easier over time. Naturally, as the developers have increased potencies and things like that. Although, usually those are tied to traits. Alright, let's take care of those buzzards. Now, once we get to the Black Shroud, there are going to be a number of quests available to us there. But one question that's sort of in the back of my mind right now is, I do have the opportunity to do those quests, specifically on a different class, just to get that class leveled up faster. And you might recall at the start of this challenge, I was thinking to myself, I wanted to start initially as a Conjurer, but then I realized it was going to take forever to do Fates. But one thought that I had was maybe I could complete those quests on Conjurer to at least speed that process up. Because Conjurer is the only healer role that we are going to have to deal with during this challenge. And if those quests are able to take me up to like level 30, then that would be at least one fewer class than I would have to worry about otherwise in terms of doing like fate grinds and things like that. Let's see. We need to deliver the blood that we just got. Well, have you brought the Furbal blood I asked for? If so, then hand it over, and quickly now. Here you go. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now, how did it go? Ah yes, stir twice, a dash of spittle, shake thrice more, and voila. Well, what are you waiting for, friend? grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. My scalp cries out for succor. Oh, and do try not to miss a spot. Gotcha. Ooh, that tingles. Why, I can already feel my pores opening. In no time at all, I'll have flowing locks a foam long. I can't thank you enough, friend. What with the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, a bald pate is a potentially fatal affliction. Alright, so we have a couple of options here. The first is a weak poisoning potion. Second is a weak blinding potion. The thing, though, about these is that these are only effective on targets up to level 20. And I don't know about you, but I haven't had any problems with targets up to level 20. So I think we're going to go with the Elegant Bronze piece here. Okay, we also have these hand-ins to do. Free of savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. And it looks like we have some gear options here. And hey, that's an upgrade versus the brand new Kurios here. So strength goes up, vitality goes up. And then direct hit goes up. We do lose out on some tenacity, though. But given that the defenses go up as well, I don't think that's a huge loss. Oh, and also, this thing's able to slot in materia as well. Alright. Do not look... Oh, you've seen the birds, have you? You've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now, to head back down and return to my research. Worry not. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Hey, more gear. Okay, so... Interesting. So we have an option here for both some stronger gear, but it's also something where we could decide between just the heavier of the classes versus all the Disciples of War. So if we were to say, also consider that we're going to need to do Archer at some point, then picking up this could be a nice thing, although at the same time, we also have to level up Crafters. So I'd say, let me just go through with the strongest gear I can for the time being, and then we'll deal with the other classes as we go. Actually, that's a really good point. Once we get to Conjurer, we're going to need to pick up gear that's going to be specific for them as well. So maybe when we get to Gridania and we look at those quests, even if I don't do those quests on Conjurer, maybe I at least pick up the gear that's going to be useful for casters at that time. Alright, anyway. Iron Scale Greaves. And they have another quest for us. Greetings. Thanks to you, my friend. My research has finally gotten off the ground, and so many discoveries to be made, and ancient wonders to be restored. And yet, I have only these two hands with which to do my work. If only I could convince the Order of the potential significance of my work, perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to Kyozo at Thal's Respite? Okay, Thal's Respite is all the way over here to the east. I think for the moment, before we head across the bridge again here, we're going to deal with what's still in the area over here on the west side. Alright, so what is the target over here? We are looking for... it's the mongrels. Let's take care of them. Looks like I'm not the only one in the area here, potentially doing quests. Alright, 2 to go. Yeah, there is a lot of activity in the area. There's the last one we need. Hey, Soren, thanks for tuning in here. And thanks for being a long-time viewer as well. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here at this point, now that I have all my bars set up. Alright, what do we have next? So... we have to deliver that. Okay, actually, it looks like we're done with most of the quests we have to do at this point. Aside from what's near the church here, so... let's hit up Camp Drybone, hand in the one that we do have to hand in over there. Maybe not get stuck on plants. And then we'll head up to the church. Alright, Caitlin. So Thanalan is plagued by 7 fewer mongrels, is it? Excellent. I lost my love to a pack of mongrels 3 years past. We were to be wed. They tore him apart. When we finally chased them off, my love was in 7 pieces. Since then, I've asked every adventurer I see pass through here to slay 7 of the beasts. It took you 3 years to find an adventurer to do that? Then again, I suppose most of the Warriors of Light were stuck in Louis Sua's time warp there, huh? My vengeance is unceasing, but if I can spare just one other bride-to-be the suffering I have known, then it will all have been worth it. Then again, you mentioned you did that to every adventurer, so maybe it's more a case of 7 times like 1,000 adventurers or something like that. Alright, that quest is complete. Let's make our way up to the church now. Oh, actually, there's something down here still. Ah, here we are. Please, lower your voice. What business brings you? We have a sirloin here. Leaner than Ul'Dah meat, but much more difficult to harvest due to the violent nature of the beast. Miotragus sirloins? I take it Tutus has sent you. Thank you for your efforts, my friend. But I fear you are too late. The man for whom these steaks were meant succumbed to his wounds just moments ago. Pray do not despair. He feasts with Thal now, and Thal has seen the good in you this day. Alright, let's hand this one in. Dead, is he? You did a good thing, friend. No use fretting over the order in which things pass. What matters is that they do pass, and nothing that passes goes unseen by the gods. There is a graveyard just near Drybone. A lot of folk bring their dead and dying this far. Many just dump them here to spare themselves the trouble of cost of a burial. This poor soul, at least, had family that rushed to his side. Count him lucky for that. 'Twas just his time to heed Thal's call. Best to let it go and move on. There's business what needs doing. Plots, graves, embalming, tombstones. Nothing in life is free, not even death. And we have a quest chain here. Back for more, are you? Good. Now, riddle me this. In a camp such as ours, so close to a graveyard, what do you think sells faster than we can stock? Aye, flowers. To the east of here lie the remains of an enormous gobu, and so many plants sprout around it that you would think you'd found the Black Shroud in the middle of Thanalan. Some say the gobu came down from the mountains at the time of the calamity, and carried with him the seeds that became all those plants. But then, all I'm really after is 3 sprigs of Ul'Dah lavender. Seems simple enough, right? Ul'Dah lavender? Isn't that something we can hand in to, like, to the people in the housing area to get some items? Wouldn't that be funny if these turn out to be actual items and we could maybe farm them? I guess we'll see. Have you business here again, friend? We have the Cloud Marble, a pure white stone sometimes used for lich stones. Cloud Marble. To make into a tombstone for Eduard's sister? I'm not even sure if I'm saying that name right. That boy is nothing if not trouble. It was all I could do to convince him not to go looking for a stone on his own. Still, I suppose it cannot be helped, and losing a loved one is never easy. Thank you for your part in this. I will see the marble is used as Eduard's wishes. Okay. God, you adventurers sure are kind folk. Now all I need is coin for the funeral. I'm gonna stay here at the church for a bit and help out. Wouldn't be right to leave everything up to someone else. It'll mean more to my sis if I do what I can on my own. Brother Esmore and Sister Erel are good folk too. They say I don't need no guild to bury my sis here, but I know how it works. It'll take coin to send her over to Thal proper. Alright, so we have options here. We get some dye with this, and then we can either take high potions or ether. Given that we're on Gladiator, I would say high potions are going to be more important for us here. Now, those are of normal quality. There is the possibility to make these as high-quality potions instead, but for that we would need to unlock Alchemist. And today we're still focused on Gladiator. We'll start talking about other classes on another day. Alright, we're going to make our way up to the Golden Bazaar, hand that quest in next. Yeah, and actually already I can feel how today is a lot slower than last time. I mean, we've already handed in several quests and we're still level 24 here. So yeah, we were only actually at about I think we're like 7 or 8% of the way to the goal of reaching level 50. Rooks, yeah, there is a point where potions stop being helpful, but then at that point, you know, there's going to be a newer potion that you can use. Those potions continue to get bigger and bigger what they're able to restore through each expansion. So it's like, you know, once you get to the next expansion, you just look for what the new potion is. Although we don't have one yet in Dawn Trail. That's kind of a curious thing. So most players are still using high-quality hyper potions at this point. Those restore about I think it's 11,000 HP on a single high-quality potion. Anyway, you adventurers never cease to prove your worth. Now I can get those cowardly miners back to doing the only thing they're good for, digging. The mithril veins are still no more than rumors, but if every miner flees at the slightest sign of danger, we'll never know for sure. I may need to hire you on a regular basis to cull those bloody imps. I fear it will be quite a while before any proper mining can be done. That's curious. I mean, don't they have the ability to sneak around? Or is it just simply that their miner levels are too low? Oh, I'm trying to bring game mechanics into the little side quest story. Anyway, quest chain here. Purging the Earth. It seems the 12 are intent on plaguing me all my days. Before with imps, and now with Earth sprites. I ordered a haul of digging tools from a merchant to the north. He was headed back from the Black Shroud when the Earth sprites overtook him. Luckily, he was able to escape to Camp Drybone with his life. I need you to make that road safe, friend. Put down 3 of these Earth sprites to keep the others at bay and ease the minds of any traveling merchants. Once the deed is done, find the merchant Ririmaki at Camp Drybone and tell him to bring his haul the rest of the way here. And so we make for Camp Drybone again. Speaking of... Okay, yeah. So we have the Earth sprites over here. I don't see a third that we can do into a combo for my AoE attack. When it comes to the AoE attack, I have the Total Eclipse, so the way to determine what's going to be more efficient with it is basically once you reach 3 targets. With 3 targets, you're then able to, basically, it'll be more efficient to do that over single targeting attacks. Oh, and actually, those Earth Sprites, I guess we're actually supposed to be over here. We'll take these out, and then we'll run down here to the south. Oh, actually, there's an Earth Sprite right here. Yeah, the map did not get marked very well for this one. But yeah, we'll run down here to take care of these 3. We'll see if these are actually Alphic Lavender. Excuse me. And then once we're back, then we'll hand in the quest to the person in Camp Tribo. And what do you know, we have a B rank right here. That's not something we're going to be able to do during this challenge, because we need actual access to the Grand Companies for that. Actually, we saw an A rank last time, didn't we? And yeah, this is not real Alphic Lavender. If it was real Alphic Lavender, it would go into my regular item pouch. So that's a shame. Also, we have a quest over here. So this is Green Thumb. By the gods, the life that sprouted here. I've never seen anything like it. But how could this be? Perhaps it was... Oh, hello there. You must forgive me. I was just admiring the plants taking root about this Gobu carcass. And, well, I suppose I forgot myself in the moment. But truly, have you ever seen such lovely flowers? I'd wager that not even the wealthiest Ul'Dahs could claim to have laid eyes on their like before. Please, a favor, I beg of you. I dare not let these beauties out of my sight, but their soil is parched and the plants wilting. Would you fetch for me some muddy spring water from the pond to the west? Okay. And yeah, there's the actual Gobu here. So alright, so we head to the west. Pretty much, yeah. Or at least that's what's being implied here. Probably more detail in the sightseeing log, because I remember there being an entry around here, but I don't think we unlocked the sightseeing log during this. Please tell me you got the water. It would be a travesty to lose this phenomenon. Here is your muddy spring water. While not stagnant, this water is filled with impurities, making it unsuitable for drinking, unless you are extremely thirsty. Perfect. This will quench the root's thirst nicely. but I fear that is not all I must ask of you. The petals and stems are covered with vilekin eggs. Should they hatch, the larvae will devour every last leaf, petal, and stem. Please, you must remove any eggs you find. Okay. Well done yet again, my friend. I dare say we have stayed another disaster. But our job is not yet finished. Syrphid clouds still lurk among the undergrowth. If left unchecked, they will undoubtedly infest the plants with their eggs once more. Here, this sting brew is sure to bring the beasts out of hiding. Pour it over any thick bramble you see, and slay whatever comes forth. Alright, this is the last one. What more can I say to express my gratitude? Through your efforts, this exceptional bit of greenery will enjoy many more vibrant days. As a botanist from Gridania, I have had the opportunity to study plants the realm over, yet I cannot claim to have seen such verdure before. I am convinced that what we see before us sprouted from this Gobu's death. There is a certain beauty to it all, no? A remarkable discovery. I cannot wait to finish up my research and take word back to Guildmaster Fufusha. Alrighty. With that done, let's make our way to Camp Drybone. No, we are not going to return. Actually, at this point, I should go ahead and take this off the bar, since I've got my shortcut set up now. Alright, here's the first one. Well, Ignores, have you found my pretty posies? Here is your Ul'Dah lavender that I cannot hand in at the housing area. A fragrant variety of lavender rarely found in the arid lowland regions of Thanalan. Aha, gorgeous. Well done, well done. I know not what's in that rotting Gobu carcass, but it makes for the loveliest damn flowers I've ever laid eyes on. When it comes to offerings, they say the rarer the flower, the happier the dead. And Ul'Dah lavender is nothing if not rare. I'll be saving these to turn a pretty profit when the next burial is held at the Lich Yard. Hey, finally level 25! You fought off the sprites? Gods bless you for that, stranger. Lululo will have her tools. I fled here out of fear for my life, but I've come to regret that. Have you taken a look about? There are bodies littering the ground. Dead bodies. I've no desire to stay here any longer than I must. Once I see to it my bird's fit for travel, I'll be making for the Golden Bazaar. Alright, that's it for all the quests on the west side of the bridge. We still have that one quest on the east side that we need to hand in. Yeah, I'm just thinking, maybe we should go and complete the, No, we're okay, because I have my return spell, actually, so I don't even need to do a Chocobo Porter for that. And again, I mean, our resources are low here. I've only got 7,312 gills, so it's not like I even want to be spending, really any that I can help to not spend. It's gonna become night around here fairly soon. Okay, we are almost at the hand-in point. And then once we hand this in, then we just have to find where that target is for the hunt log. Hello, Axebeak. You want me? You got me. And I don't mind fighting these things because I am going to need materials for my leather worker anyway. If I had to guess, though, that's probably going to be the hardest of the grind to do, just because of how reliant I am on enemies dropping different skins and hides. There's also going to be a point where I may have to actually consider doing something from the player market, but I'm going to try to go as long as I can without that, as I said in the rules. Anyway, welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. So, data gathered on the ruins below High Bridge, intended for delivery to Sister Kyokyozo at Thal's Respite. You bring a report from Claudian of High Bridge? A most welcome surprise, indeed. I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the latter Beladian era, and house the final resting place of Lalafuto IV himself? The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. And we have a quest chain. Adventurers, merchants, travelers. Thal's Respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of the local fauna is the Axebeak. were you to thin the flock, say, by 4 birds or so, I do believe these halls would be far more approachable. Well, what do you know, I already took care of 2, but since I didn't have the quest before, I guess those don't count. Alright, 2 to go. Oh, and a fate just popped up here. And that fate has hunt targets. Haha! That's lucky. Oh, so I should eat something. Since we already started taking out these head traps, we might as well finish the job on the fate. And this will give us a chance to see just how much gil we're going to get from fates. Alright, so for completing the fate, we got over 4,000 experience and just 50 gil. Yeah. So, for reference, to teleport back to Ul'Dah, it would cost us 280 gil. Yeah, teleports are going to be few and far between. This is just enough to cover a trip from Camp Drybone to Ul'Dah via Chocobo. And I mean, I don't expect that to go that high, even when we get to, like, the high 40s in terms of fates. My adventuring friend, a traveling merchant and his family just walked through our doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not have come to pass had those fearsome fowl continued to run rampant outside our halls. For this, I thank you. And that quest is changed into another. So, friendlier skies. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to Hihibaru of Highbridge. Or, to be precise, a petition. The Order would entreat Highwind Skyways to establish regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'Dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travels of pilgrims to Thal's Respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason that we believe Hihibaru and his fellow merchants will lend us their support. Go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. That's funny, I don't recall any dirigibles ever being set up over there. But alright, we are headed back to Highbridge then. Also, this is going to be one of the later areas we potentially end up at here, because this whole southeastern section, this has low 40 fates for what we could do potentially. Or rather, fates for levels around low 40. Now, we need to find those Keykurn. That was the other thing we need to do here. If I remember correctly, I think they're actually just over here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. If I can get all three in one shot, that'd be great. Oh, I need one more. Okay. Not a problem. Alright, that's level 26. We'll go deliver this to Highbridge, and then we'll figure out what we're doing next after. There are some hunt shrouds in, or hunt targets rather, in the shroud, so that might be something for us to do. We're also gonna have to make our way back to Western Thanalan at some point. A message from Sister Kyokyozo. Whatever business could the Order have with a common trader like me? Petition to High Wind Skyways to open an airship route to Highbridge. Well, I'll be. A petition for regular airship service between Highbridge and Ul'Dah. Ha! The idea is so bloody brilliant, I'm right ashamed not to have thought it up myself. Business would simply go through the roof. I'll add my signature and deliver it to High Wind Skyways straight away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody Kikern, Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Alright, that is the end of that quest line. And just to make sure there's nothing else in the area. We're never going to be able to complete these because we don't have access to Lenosha. So this is the final page of the hunt log we'll be able to do. So yeah, I think we're headed to the South Shroud next. It's a bit of a run. We're almost to the zone divider here. Alright, mapping the realm, South Shroud. That's 10 achievement points. And yeah, these condors are a little high level for us right now. The plan is to make straight for Camp Tranquil up here. Alright, let's pick up the Aetherite. As well as the Chocobo Keep. And actually, it looks like we got some quests in the area here. This is around the time that we would, if I remember correctly, this was around the time the 1,000 Maws of Totorock opened up. Which is one of the dungeons. Obviously, without MSQ progressing, we're not actually going to be able to run that. But that would make sense in terms of the quests we're seeing here, at least. Okay, I think I'm going to save this level 22 quest. Let me just take a quick look at the reward. Oh, this would give me new gear. But honestly, what I've got right now is equivalent to that, so Yeah, I'm gonna save that one for when we do Conjurer instead. What about this one? This is just a quest. Okay. So... there was something about this place... yeah, here we go. Okay, so... in terms of food that we can have for our run here... basically, this is going to be some of the strongest stuff that we can get. Just because we are unable to cook anything. And the next step up from this stuff, from what I understand, is up in Ishgard. So, yeah. We don't even have really the best food to work with during this challenge. If I was to get anything, I mean, I suppose I would probably look towards, like, the mustard eggs, or... possibly also the honey muffin. The honey muffin could be good just simply because it has, tenacity on it, so that would make it, us, able to, survive hits better. And it also has some direct hit on there as well. Then you got some stuff for crafting and gathering. There is cottage cheese, but... oh, actually, that's an ingredient, so I can't even use that. So yeah, in terms of food, I am able to purchase this because I cannot unlock the Culinarian Crafter class, so... right now, I'm not gonna buy anything here. I still have to get through, actually, what do I have at this point? I've got this, marmot steak I still need to get through, and then I'm thinking there's probably gonna be more food along the way from quests. But I guess we'll see. Let's make our way over to Quarry Mill. And hey, Wolf. Sorry if I missed that for a few minutes there. Let's see. Looks like we got at least 3 or 4 quests to do in Quarry Mill. We do have a Chocobo Keep here. Let's also pick up the Aetheryte. Alright, so Savage Snares. Greetings, adventurer. Perhaps you have heard, but these forests have fallen prey to a band of poachers. They litter the ground with dastardly snares, caring not a whit for the innocents, small animals and travelers alike, caught in their vile clutches. I am forbidden to leave my post, but perhaps you could scour the area and see to any ghastly steel maws you encounter. Be careful, the poachers themselves may be lying in ambush, awaiting their prey. Yeah, actually it looks like we got 5 quests here. And I think I just saw some food as a reward. Welcome, friend. Many of your kind come to Quarry Mill seeking a respite from the hardships of adventuring. Might you care to put your troubles aside for a day and live the farmer's life? Old Fox and in the orchards to the north has quite a harvest on his hands this year, and knowing him, he'd be much obliged for a helping hand. Alright, and then Cuthbert here. In the days before the calamity, my grandfather was village elder of Bowbury. We tried, gods be good, we tried to reclaim his home, but to no avail. Passed away last year, he did. With his last breath, he spoke of a family heirloom, an axe passed down for generations. Now those red-belly horsens use it to split wood, mocking us all the while. The 12 take me if I allow those bastards to besmirch grandfather's memory any longer. You'll bring it back for me, won't you? Alright, and then Wretched Hive of Villainy. Mayhap you've heard the tales, but the place they call Red Belly Hive wasn't always a wretched nest of scum and villainy. Boy, doesn't that sound Star Wars-ish. In the old days, it was a home to a hamlet called Bowbury, where Hur and Elizin alike lived a life of peace. That was before the calamity came and all hells broke loose. Those red-belly horselands moved in when the villagers fled, and they've had their run of the place ever since. It is our hope to win the village back, but the red bellies are no common outlaws. They read our every move from Malm's away. That's where you come in. What say you to enter the wasp's nest and take the sting out of those bastards? Okay, and then there's a quest up above. Bloody scofflaw, you'll not escape the wood whaler's justice. You, adventurer, one of those loathsome poachers has fled into the village and hides under our noses as we speak. You are to join the search effort at once. That's an order. I think I see him over there. Don't hurt me, I beg ye. I swear me life, I never meant to do no wrong, but with me brothers sick and starving, when they promised me the money for medicine, what else was I to do? You have me word, from this day forth, I'll earn me coin by honest work. Or not at all. You'll show me mercy just this once, won't ye? The 12 bless your gentle soul. I don't know if that was our call to make. The poacher escaped? Inexcusable. I should have known better than to entrust such a task to an adventurer. Those who defy the elements' will must be served justice, or we all shall pay the price. You do well not to forget this. Alright, we've got a quest to the southeast here. As well as a fate. Oh, hey, Rage of Haloni's here. On the bar now. Nice. So, let me move things around once we're out of this combat. Move that over there. And I think that'll be good for now. I'll put it there. Okay. And then we can move this up there. Yeah, I wonder if I could take the whole group. Yeah, that's sort of what I was afraid of, that, it was not gonna move up. I can't get all of them at the same time. Getting a little bit of lag here. But that would appear to be more on the server side. Okay, not so much experience with that one compared to the one we did earlier, but still a decent amount. But once we complete these quests, this could potentially finally be the point where we need to start grinding fates here. There is the option of checking out North Shroud to see if maybe there's something that we could do there as well. You've done good work today, friend. Still, with that self-styled king of the Coral Claws running the operation, the poachers are not like to yield easily. No, we must be more vigilant than ever. Okay, so the rest of these are to the north. What brings an adventurer to my humble orchards? Set your sights on sprite apples rather than beastkin today? Well, I, for one, am mighty grateful for that. These bones aren't fit for climbing as they used to be. I'd be much obliged if you could pick some apples for me. Oh, and you'll want to make sure no creepy crawlies are hiding inside. Har har. Alright, so we're picking apples. How did that thing fit inside an apple? Alright, final apple. Back so soon? Let's see what you've got in that basket of yours. Alright, Sprite Apple, a sister of the Fairy Apple, developed by the Great Loam Growery to better withstand the elements while yielding larger harvest. Why, I'll be. Just the sight of your harvest has made me mouth-watering. You've an eye for apple picking, my friend. I've a daughter just around your age. What say you settle down here when you've had enough questing for glory? Oh dear. I think we're going to have to refuse that one. Alright, so we have the option of either an apple tart or apple juice. The apple juice would be useful for leveling Conjurer at this level. And then the apple tart is good for gathering. The thing is, we did see back at the other shop a few minutes ago that they have gathering food there. So I think we're going to go with... Oh, actually, yeah, there's also a huge difference in the item level here. Take a look at this. Item level 17 versus item level 40. So yeah, we're going to go with that apple juice here. Oh, there's a chain. Okay. A bumper crop. Friend, feast your eyes on this. Why, I've not been blessed with a harvest the likes this in, well, as long as I can remember. All I've done is the pickin'. It's the Guardians of the Forest what brought me this bounty. I'll give thanks myself. But what with those poachers around, I'm like to end up with an arrow through my head. Might you be kind enough to go make the offering in my stead, and on your return bring an apple to Castellane. He's been looking gaunt of late. Okay. So that sends us to where the red bellies are. And then down there. Right where we did that other fate. Okay, looks like we can get all three of these here. Alright, that's one of them. There's two. And that's the last one. Kind of curious that this fate up here is such a high level. Oh boy. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff we gotta clear through if we're gonna get to the axe over there. Oh, you're able to hit me through the tree, huh? luckily, it doesn't seem like any of these targets are tied to each other, so we'll be able to pull them one at a time. And then to finish it up, we'll take care of the 3 together. Alright, let's grab that axe. You fought well for us today, friend. When Bowbury is reclaimed for our people, you can take pride in knowing that you struck a vital blow. Alright, so we get great purple dye, and then we have some options here. So Potion of Vitality would increase our maximum HP. Potion of Strength would make us do more damage. And then Potion of Dexterity would do more damage on certain classes, specifically those that rely on Dexterity for damage. So, given that I don't know how readily available we're going to be able to make potions here, it's definitely going to be between the Vitality and the Strength. If I'm going to use this, it's going to be towards the end of a battle, just because these things do have a cooldown. Yeah, it's a 5-minute cooldown, so yeah, I agree, Montag. Yeah, let's go with the Strength Potion. And that's level 27. Well, were you able to reclaim the axe from those bloody thieves? Here is the axe, a great battle axe passed down through the generations until it finally fell to Cuthbert. Just as Grandfather always described it. You're a godsend, friend. Grandfather, I swear to you, the next time a red belly sees this axe, it'll be buried in his good-for-naught skull. Hey, welcome in, Megaman. Thanks for popping in and checking out the stream. Alright, here is a Sprite Apple for you, our truant friend. Apparently, just like the Gobu, it is, dead. Or actually, maybe it might be alive. You can never tell. Nah, actually, it would probably be looking around if it was alive. Hello, Jitano. we're not going to be able to talk here because, well, for one, we got the Ked Trap here, but second, I don't believe I'm going to be able to unlock the Bard class, or job, rather. That one was mostly completed by NPCs already. Oh, hey, looks like a new quest popped up here. So we will grab that. What brings you to Quarry Mill, adventurer? Mayhap you heard that our pact with the elementals permits hunting in this area? Do not think that gives you leave to strip the forest bare. Here is a sprite apple for you, a sister... Okay, we already read that, actually. A sprite apple, my favorite. However, did you know? From Fox, you say. The man is too kind. Why, each scrumptious bite brings me back to days of... forgive me, friend. Alright, so let's see what this new quest is here. Hey, accessory. And it's going to be better than what we got currently. Alright. You couldn't have come at a better time, friend. I have a crisis on my hands here. What manner of crisis, you ask? Do you see this bottle of Muntui sauce? It's empty, down to the last drop. Of course, it's a crisis. Why, if our guards find their supper wanting for flavor, they're like as not to turn their lances on me instead of our foes. Might you travel to the Muntui cellars and obtain some from Master Aramont to save a poor culinarian from this dire fate? Alright, that's going to send us to the north. There is also a fate close by here, and I think I want to try to take that on, given I don't think one quest is going to be enough for us to get out of the area here for levels. What even is this one? Crestfallen Merchant. I see goblin thugs. I see hunt targets. Okay, I'm gonna get interrupted. Filthy goblins, I merely stopped to relieve myself behind one of these trees, only to find my wares missing when I returned. I am but a humble merchant, untrained in the ways of battle. Might I ask of your assistance in reclaiming my livelihood? I shall make it worth your while. Alright, recommended level for this is 29, we're currently 27. Show them what it means to cross an Ul'Dah. Alright. Alright, well, let's take care of the hunt target first. Okay, one more. Come on, let me click ya. There we go. We need to take out these thugs anyway here because they've got a stolen crate here for this guy. Well, that was a nice little pop-up in experience there. That was a shame. I got seen by another as I was going for one. Alright, let's hand these in. A wooden box filled with items stolen by goblin robbers. Alright, oh, it looks like we're gonna need like 20 of these. You a particularly defensive one. Standing on one. What? Okay. Here's another 10 for you. Take out this goblin robber, and that should be it. As long as other things don't see us, that is. Alright, objective completed. Let's make our way to the north. Adok's exhausted her supply again, has she? Told the woman time and again to order in bulk, I did, but she never listens. Hold your chocobos, friend. The next batch will be ready before long. Alright, so we do have an upgrade here. We're going to go for the Silver Gorget. And that's a level up from the Fate. And then we can get some food here, apparently, as well. Where's your Montoy sauce, you say? Look, friend, Gridania wasn't built in a day. I'll tell you what, though. If you're so eager, how's about you help me put the finishing touches on my latest batch? You just might learn a thing or two in the process. Here on these shelves, I keep my stock of secret spices. What gives my Montoy sauce its distinctive punch, you ask? A perilla leaf, a dried dragon pepper, and an ons of shroud pepper. Just toss all three in the guile fat, and Joffrey will take care of the rest. Where's that Jeffrey? When the sauce is done, you're free to take a bottle to Ul'Dah. Not that that's like to put an end to her whining. Alrighty. Let's drop all these in. Perilla leaf, a strong-smelling herb used in salads, fish dishes, and or to flavor distilled liquors. Shroud pepper, an aromatic spice native to the Black Shroud used to liven up bland dishes. And dried dragon pepper, one of the secret ingredients used when brewing Montoy sauce. Alright. Oh, hello there. Apprenticing at the cellars for the day? Very well then. 1 perilla leaf, 1 dried dragon pepper, and 1 ons of shroud pepper, and... Ermont's done it again. As thanks for your help, this bottle is on the house. Alright. Back to Quarry Mill. And I am not going to join a free company. In fact, I should go ahead and do that. You're back. Oh, do tell me you've brought my Montoy sauce. I swear to you, I just overheard a wood whaler talking about tossing me into the cauldron. So, Montoy sauce, a flavorful liquid made from salt and fermented Montoy beans. Ah, the distinctive mouth-watering aroma of Montoy beans, topped off with Aramont's special blend of secret spices, no doubt. He has done it again. Thank you, friend. I dare say you prevented a mutiny today. Alright, so red wine dye along with Aldgoat steak, that's what we're gonna go with here. Alright, so we did gain a couple of levels here. Let's make our way towards North Shroud, but we're going to take kind of a roundabout way to get there. Since I do want to just kind of take stock of what there is that we could do, potentially, in other zones. So, aside from the Montoy Cellars, there's also a path to another zone here, that being the East Shroud. Now, back during 1.0, my understanding is this used to actually be a dungeon that had two different entrances. But it looks like they took that out. Okay, here in East Shroud, so yeah, we got some lower level quests. There is the area with the sylphs, but that's like level 40, it looks like, but this could potentially be an area that we come to later in the adventure. I do want to pick up the Aetheryte here. Alright, next we're going to head for the Central Shroud, and we'll pick up the Aetheryte that's in the town in the middle. There's a fate going on, but much lower level than where we are currently. Alright, that's mapping the realm's Central Shroud. Another 10 achievement points. Apparently I missed something in the upper paths here as a hunt target. I guess we'll have to make our way back down for that. We do have to get to Southern Thanalan at some point. Oh, and actually, I need to... Yeah, okay, so we'll be making another visit to South Shroud at some point. The quest to unlock the lavender beds, which is housing in the area, that's available here. But again, these are all lower level quests at this point. Real quick, let me just take a quick look here, what I'm going to be able to unlock in the city. So, we've got Gladiator already at 28. We can't do Marauder. We can't do Dark Knight. And then Gunbreaker is at, like, level 60, I think. Pugilist, we can get that unlocked in Ul'Dah. Lancer is in Gridania. Rogue is in Lenosha, so we can't do that. Samurai is level 50. Reaper is 80, I think, and then Viper is 90. Conjurer, that's the only healer we're going to have access to. And then we've got Archer as the only ranged DPS. And then Thaumaturge is the only magic ranged DPS. Archer is the only physical ranged DPS, so yeah, just given that it's going to take Conjurer a while to even take down any enemies, I think that's probably what I'm going to do with the lower level quests in the area. For now, though, I'm going to continue to focus on the Gladiator, though. Partly because it might be fun to just see how far I can take Gladiator without even unlocking any other classes. It doesn't change that I have to do stuff for the challenge. It just changes the order I'm going to do things in. Because I thought I might be doing crafting all the way up, but if I'm going to be getting this much gear along the way with just the quests I clear, then, you know, maybe it's possible to get up to 50 without ever crafting anything. But we'll see. We also got to keep in mind that right now I'm level 28 and my gear is technically only item level 17 as an average. So that's 10 levels lower. Although once I clear the quests for the Gladiator class class quests, I'll get a couple of new swords as well as some new gear pieces here. That'll help with that. Okay, we have arrived at New Gridania. Yeah, well, that might be a plan. Hey, Tonberry. That there's also, the more I think about it, if I'm going to be in situations where I need to use potions and I run out of potions, then I am going to need to get alchemists up. Let me go around town and collect everything from the Aethernet for here. But yeah, these are like all level 1 quests or things like that, so that would be perfect for a new class. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan here. So, all these quests here we're going to do as a Conjurer. Then again... Okay, now I'm thinking again. I mentioned before that leather worker could potentially be an issue, since I would need to get all those skins and such. What are the requirements for this? So, okay, that changes things, because then potentially another option for me becomes maybe I level up leather worker then, using these quests. We'll have to see. Again, for right now, I'm just focusing on Gladiator, and we'll come back around to that stuff later in the challenge. Alright, there's an Ethernet shard actually close to where you unlock Leatherworker, so let's go grab that. The other thing that'll be nice is once I get, once I'm done with Gladiator, I mean, I'm still going to be able to use the gear I've got here for other classes. It's just a question of, is there anything I'm going to need to craft along the way? Yeah, because depending on how all that plays out, that potentially leads us to the situation where I just need to level things up, but I can just be as efficient as possible rather than having to actually craft, you know, different armor sets and such. All things to think about in the future. What was it that you did again? Oh, you're Pictomancer. Okay. Yeah, that's something we gotta look at back on the main character. Still, we got the role quests and some other quests to look at over there. So that'll be a thing that we get to. Not today, but I still want to get back over there and finish up the Dawn Trail quest that we started. Okay, that was the last one. But now we have access to Blue Badger Gate and the Yellow Serpent Gate. Alright, mapping the realm, North Shroud, another 10 achievement points. Yeah, here we got some low-level quests here, but if we go over here, yeah, actually there are some quests available. Yeah, this is one of the more traditional areas whereby once you cross a bridge, the enemies become more difficult to fight. Yeah, look at this, level 25 Bane Mites. When just before the bridge, we were talking like level 3 enemies or so. Alright, let's pick up the Aetherite here, along with the Chocobo Porter. Alright, let's grab these quests. Hey, we just got a new necklace. Huh, so I might actually potentially want to hold on to this one. Alright, this gives us new legs. And we do need those at this point. How do you fancy Fallgourd float, traveler? Fine tea, warm beds, good ale, and good company at the Bobbing Cork. Small wonder that it's many a wayfarer's favorite stop on the road to Corthus. Speaking of the Bobbing Cork, I was sharing a drink with and a tale with a traveler just a few bells ago. Apparently the poor fellow imbibed a bit too heavily, and when he came to, the key to his room was nowhere to be found. What with all the rumors of late, both my friend and the innkeeper are worried sick. If you happen to stumble across the key, would you be kind enough to return it to the Cork? You'd be saving more than one man a sleepless night. Alright. All the way up there, huh? You know what? There's nothing saying I can't just grab this one now and just pick a different necklace style when I'm done. Hail, adventurer. If you would not be averse to courier duty, I have a report that must be delivered to Florentel's spire with all haste. Mind you, this information is highly classified. I trust you to deliver it directly to the hands of Serpent Lieutenant Vortifort, without sneaking a peek for yourself. A cozy bed, warm meals, fine spirits. I tell you, friend, ever since I came here, it's like I've died and gone to Nafaga's bosom. Go home to Ul'Dah, to that ramshackle hovel where nothing awaits but my gill-pinching wife and her endless whining? Never. Perhaps you can help me. My wife's hired some poor sod to bring me home, but I reckon this'll give him a change of heart. Okay. That sends us to the south. Hey, hunt targets. Okay. What do you want? The missus paid me good coin to bring her good-for-nothing husband home. So, a small envelope contains a brief letter written in shorthand by a tiny man. That doesn't sound right. At least call it a Lalafell. Anyway, your guild doesn't mean nothing to me. The missus paid me... What in the hell's... A room of me own here at the Cork? Plus all the ale I can drink? Fully paid courtesy o Gogolata? Get out of my way. I'm going to go give that man a piece of me mind. Alrighty. After this, I'll just need to find one more balloon and we'll be done with this hunt target. I think those are them in the distance there. There is also a fate going on. $14,000 experience. Yeah, that's a good bump there. Okay, there's the next set of the lunar golems. I was wondering where they were. Oh, I did not want that one to join in. Alright, that's it for that fate. 5,550 experience points, not bad. I get the feeling this quest is gonna be up there somewhere. Don't think I can get up there. At least from right here. I don't think that's a path either. Alright. Yeah, here we go. How did the room key get on this tree branch? There's so many targets here, it's probably just going to be easier if I just do single target only for this. Hey, level 29. Alright, let's see how many this guy needs here. A golem fragment, a chunk of stone that was once animated using arcane magics. Looks like you're gonna need another 9. Let's finish out the fate and then we'll talk to that guy. Just need another 3. And we can get that. This guy. Plus the one that's on the ground, and then the one over there. Nice, the Zis decided to leave us alone. I'll take that. Alrighty. Here's 10 for you. Alright, let's grab this quest. Digging in the dark. Pray help me, friend. I've run clean out of lantern fuel, and I'm afeard I won't make it through the night. I've not tried it myself, but I've heard that ye can fashion makeshift lanterns by sealing those flying balloons inside these here lamps. Of course, it might take some coercing before they go in, if you know what I mean. Alright, so we need to capture balloons. And like you said, we might have to coax them in. Here we go. And one more. Were you able to fashion some lamps for me, friend? So, balloon lamp, an underdeveloped void-sent balloon thrashes about inside the globe, ready to self-destruct at any moment. You're a godsend. Thanks to you, I can get back to me digging. Them's gold in them. There's gold in thar heels. Hi-ho. And this is a quest chain. Mayhap ye can help me again, friend. I've got me eyes set on new veins of ore, but these legs o' mine aren't quite long enough to get me there. Might you be so kind as to set these ladders up for me? I'd do it myself, but these parts have been terribly dangerous of late. Now we're setting up ladders. Ah, there's the destination. Okay. Last set of ladders, and this is used for reaching those out-of-reach places. Alright, let's hand this quest in. Truly, you've done me well again. What with all those nasty critters lurking about, I never could have done the job myself. I know not what manner of ore lies in wait, but mark me words, one day I'll strike it rich and leave this place behind for good. Alright. We have a quest to turn in the northwest, and then in the east of there as well. These parts abound with particularly ferocious beasts. You do well to keep a wide berth, adventurer, lest I be left to clean your carcass off the forest floor. Alright, the Fallgourd report, a detailed account of the events that have occurred near Fallgourd Float. A report from Godwin, you say? Very well, let us see. Traveling merchant waylaid by Kikern bandits, adventurers hand-bitten clean off by feral Ziz, etc., etc. The usual banalities. What's this? Sightings of a masked man. No casualties yet reported, but due vigilance should be exercised. Troubling news indeed. These parts are perilous enough without some masked marauder stirring up trouble. Thank you, friend. Rest assured that the Adder will be on the lookout for this interloper. Alright, so this is a necklace. We already have a level 26 necklace, so I think we're okay with going with a different one. Let's go with... let's see, this is... Yeah, so let's go with the Malachite Choker instead. This will be good for when I level up Conjurer. Oh my goodness, and you've got a necklace as well here. As a wood whaler, it's my sworn duty to protect my nation from the Exal. Yet, as a Gridanian, it pains me to see the trees around me wither and die while we're off fighting battles. Shroud hares have grown destructive of late, gnawing away at trees and ripping shrubs from the ground. Yet we cannot very well tell the birdmen to stay their spears while we hunt oversized slugs, can we? And so I turn to you, adventurer. Pour this week-old ale over the scarred trees, and the culprits should be along in short order. You would bring the wood much succor if you could put them down. Okay. The flat ale, having been left uncovered for a few days, this cheap ale port brew has lost all of its bubbles. Here's the second scarred tree. Alright, there's one more over here. Alright, let's hand this quest in. Thank you, adventurer. I can battle the Exalt with a clear conscience now, knowing that those like you are friends to the forest. Florentel, whose name the spire bears, was one of the greatest heroes from the time of Gridania's founding. His martial exploits were exceeded only by his love for the forest, and his love for Eugenia, the namesake of our sister spire. Ah, do such tales of yore not set your heart aflutter? Alright, so we have a choice of something for a class that uses dexterity. The only ones that really do that we have access to here is going to be Archer. And then there is the Demberite Choker, which is intelligence-based. That would be for the Thaumaturge. And then this one, the Lapis Lazuli Choker, that would be for the, Conjurer again. And since we just got one for Conjurer, I'm thinking let's go with the one for Thaumaturge. And this has chained into another quest here. As you have proven yourself a capable ally, I would entrust to you a task more ambitious than the slaying of hares. Mayhap you have encountered curious constructs of living stone in these parts. They emerged from the sundered landscape in the wake of the calamity, and their number have only burgeoned thenceforth. For each one we slay, another rises to the surface to take its place. My comrades and I are at wit's end. It is clear we must take this battle to the source. There's a researcher by the name of Yom Epokan who frequents the bobbing cork in Falgord Float. I suspect she might be able to shed light on the matter. Take this sealing vessel and capture the living soul stone of one of the golems. Mind you, you will have to weaken the brute first. Deliver the soul stone to Yom Epokan and see if she cannot ascertain the golem's origin. Okay, so the question is, which kind of golem? It's not one of the clay golems. But it must be one of the ones where we had that fate before. Yeah, this is one of the ones this is the one I didn't want to grab earlier during that fate. Alright, we got it. And with that, now we head into town. Looks like we hand all these in at the same place. Yom Epokan? Why, that's me. At least that's who I think I am. Did you need something from me? Here is a living soul stone. Though removed from the body, the heart of a golem still throbs with magics. Gummus polems. I fear I'm not familiar with them. Pumice golems, on the other hand, Orion has told me all about them. Let us see what you've brought me now. Oh, I can just feel it pulsing with energy. You've certainly found a live one, haven't you? I must begin my analysis straight away. Now, where did I put my glasses? Okay. Bloody Seuss. That's why I always say, if you can't hold your liquor, stick to tea. I'm sorry, do you have something for me? Here is a tiny room key, a key to a private room at the Bobbing Cork. Why, I've been searching everywhere for that key. You're a godsend, friend. You must forgive me. There's rumors of late of a suspicious masked man in these parts, and they've got both me and my customers on edge. Any road, thanks to you, that ale-swilling fool can sleep soundly in his bed tonight. You'd do well to find safe lodgings as well, friend. Alright, new pants. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Disciple of War one. And then Ul'Dah. Haha, it would seem your efforts were a success. My wife's associate just stopped by a moment ago. Seems he wanted to express his gratitude in person. Downed a pint of ale and dashed right off to his room, where he's sleeping quite soundly, if his rather conspicuous snoring is any guide. Ah, the comforts of life on the road. Alright, so this gives us a bracelet now. Although, all these bracelets aren't exactly the best thing for us, because they have vitality and critical hit, but this one also has dexterity on it. So, interesting. It's still going to be better than what we've currently got for a bracelet, that's for certain. Actually, does this do anything for me with dexterity? No, it doesn't. It's only going to be useful for Archer. And then the choices here are either Conjurer or for Thaumaturge. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's go with the Dexterity one here, because this will give me some critical hit and Vitality as well. Alright, 2 more quests have opened up. In all truth, friend, I would like nothing more than to return home to Ul'Dah, where my loving wife awaits. That is, were it not for a small, complicating matter. My wares, you see, were stolen from me by the positively frightful band of Kikuran thieves encamped to the south. Why, were I to return home empty-handed, my wife's wrath would make the calamity look like a minor brush fire. No, I fear I have no choice but to prolong my stay. Alright, and then here's another quest. You see that painting over there? Well, of course you can't. It's covered in a fortnight's worth of dust thanks to my do-nothing employees. I'd dust them right off myself, but I reckon the sluggards would better learn their lesson if they saw a customer like yourself doing the deed. What do you say? A few swishes of this chocobo duster should do the trick, and I'll make it worth your while. Great, so I'm playing maid service now. Alright, chocobo duster. A simple duster woven from chocobo feathers. No chocobos were harmed in the making of this handy household cleaning tool. That's one. And then there's a second around here up there. Thanks, friend. If only my employees shared the love of fine art that you and I do, eh? The painting upstairs especially, don't ask me why, but the lonesome figure standing there gazing off into the distance. I'm not usually the sentimental type, but it stirs something inside me. Is he wistfully remembering adventures long past, or steeling his nerves for a battle to come? Sadly, what with the artist's identity a mystery we might never know. And then you have another quest. Hey, there are the other bracelets. Okay. So, trouble on the road. Just look at the time. Whatever is keeping her. My apologies, friend. You've caught me in a fretful humor. A young girl has reserved a room with me tonight, yet she's nowhere to be found. There's ill rumors about these parts of late. Try as I might, I can't help but fear the worst. Might you be so kind as to go check if she's well? Alright, that's gonna send us to the south. And actually, I think these two quests are gonna push us up to level 30. And if that's the case, I think what we'll do to close things off then, for today, would be to take care of the last of the Mila quest for Gladiator. And then at that point, we'll actually get a better sense of, actually what's possible. Because my understanding is you can't unlock jobs until a certain point in the MSQ. But I also have not confirmed that myself, so that's part of what this challenge is all about, exploring what you can actually do and what you can't do without progressing the MSQ. Why, thank you, friend. Why, I thought I was done for. One moment, I was standing here enjoying the scenery while my chocobo enjoyed a much-deserved nap, and the next... It sends shivers down my spine just to recall it. Anyway, please thank the innkeeper for his concern, and tell him I will be on my way as soon as my bird awakes. Okay. becoming a bit much there. I was hoping the other group wasn't gonna look, but apparently they looked. Alright, that's level 30. Stick them with the pointy end 3 for 5 achievement points. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, woe is me. A merchant without his wares is not worth a lump of opo dung. How can I ever show my face to my dearest wife again? Well, here's your vendables. Stolen goods from the merchant Ul'Dah by Kukur and bandits. My wares? Why, wherever did you find them? The Kukur camp, exactly as I told you? Preposterous. Why, I didn't think you'd actually... I used to say... I am in your debt once again, friend. Thanks to you, I can at long last return to Ul'Dah, where my loving wife awaits. Then again, there are those nasty rumors going around of late. A masked man, was it? Indeed, the roads may not yet be safe. Though it pains me so, I fear I have no recourse but to sojourn here a while longer. That sounds like a quest I should take on, but you are not giving it to me. The girl's safe? Thank you, friend. Those are the best tidings I've received all day, and here I feared the worst. Why, if she'd ended up in the clutches of that masked... But I mustn't think such ill thoughts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best get back to work. Something tells me the girl will be needing a warm bed and a hot meal more than ever. Alright, so for Bracelet... we have an option for being tanky, we have an option for strength along with skill speed, and then this would be for a conjurer. So, strength and skill speed versus strength and tenacity. And the thing is, we already do have a bracelet here, but it's the dexterity one that we got before. So, I'd say, since I don't know when I'm going to get another bracelet or anything like that, let me go ahead and grab the, grab this one here. And you have yet another quest. You know what? Why don't we head back to Ul'Dah for now, and then we'll look at that one another day. And wait, what? You obtained 1 million kill as a new world bonus. Oh. Well, that's unexpected. What? Okay. So, okay, I don't want to cheapen this challenge, so I think maybe the best thing, at least for the time being, would be to make as if that doesn't exist. I don't have any retainers I can throw this into because I don't get retainers until I progress the MSQ. Oh, oh boy. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna make like that doesn't exist. Unless, like, something really big comes up. I don't think something like that would happen, but I also don't want to throw it away if we get into, like, dire straits or something. Alright, Mila. Ah, ignores. I must apologize for my earlier behavior. As First Sword, my duty is not only to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to also protect you from dangers you are not yet ready to face. Soren, yeah, that could be an option. You know, another option might be maybe just use that for an apartment, if I could even get into one? Because then that would potentially open up the door to something like, being able to use seeds in a flower pot, maybe. Anyway, I did not know that Livold had become the leader of the Alcran. Had he chosen to bear his steel at us, many and more of us would not have returned alive. I need to know why he turned to a life of crime, and so I've ordered my best men to scour Thanalan for any trace of his whereabouts. Unfortunately, one of them has disappeared. I have strong suspicions that he has been taken prisoner by Alacran, or worse. If there is any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I would have you search for our missing comrade. His last report stated that he was tracking the Alacran near the Hammers in western Thanalan. If you go there, you may yet find some clues to his fate. I've been far too reckless in recent days, and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, Ignores, find our missing comrade and bring him home safe. To the Hammers in western Thanalan we go. This whole million guild thing, this is... Because I could have sworn I leveled up a character to level 30 once before here on Dynamis, specifically for when they were offering the, I think it was like 15 days of free service for leveling a character. Or maybe that was on Crystal when that unlocked. Yeah, that might have been Crystal, because that thing first happened a few years ago. Yeah, and I transferred from Sargatanas to Balmung way back in the day. So that might be what happened. Okay. And then, I guess maybe I just never did a level 30 character here before. Anyway, Veteran Gladiator. Whoops, did not mean to skip their text. So... Cough, cough. It's a trap, brother. That's some fine swordsmanship, Ignores. Myla, the first sword certainly knows how to pick 'em. Even after all these years, I can't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father first brought her to the guild, a wee lass who cried at the sight of naked steel. But to look at her now, you'd swear she was born with a blade in her hand. Not like she had much of a choice but to rise to the occasion, though. What with all the trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard. He should have never... But enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Ul'Dah after a short rest. You go on ahead and tell Myla that I'm fine. Okay. Alright, let us speak with Myla. Ignores. Thank the gods you're all right. I heard about the ambush at the Hammers. Excellent work. You've been invaluable to the guild, and I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a much-needed rest. Take some time for yourself and return when you've recuperated. But before you go, speak with Lulutsu. I believe she has a message for you. Ignores. The very gladiator I was seeking. Lean closer, for I would not have the others hear my words. Aldous sends his regards and requests you meet him at the Lich Yard in Eastern Thanalan. Naturally, I've not divulged this information to the First Sword. As you may have gathered from their previous interactions, she's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. Quite understandable, since he was clearly being groomed to become the next guildmaster before that horrible scandal. They would have made such a lovely couple. Forgive me. This is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyway, you have my word that the First Sword will not hear of any rendezvous from me. Alright, we make our way for Eastern Thanalan then. By which we're going to hire a porter here. Ah, I thought I might be able to turn on some scenery for us here. Oh well. Alright, we are entering Eastern Thanalan. And then Ul'Dah is over there. It's just a short walk after we get off. Oh, I know that sign. Duty calls. And where have you been? Busy drowning in some sweet young thing's eyes? Well, if that's the case, I understand completely. It's been 7 years since Mila's father was laid to rest here. He was mean and stubborn, an old outgoat through and through, but gods, when he danced with sword in hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Mila's right. There's no way I could know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father under such terrible circumstances. And who might you be? Another of Livold's lackeys? Master Livold has been most distressed since learning of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will, I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her, Ignores? Alright. Oh, she's going down fast. Alright, duty complete. You've gotten stronger. Good. I'm glad Mila has a man like you to rely upon. She's her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, and an obstinate woman who lets her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now more than ever, stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. She needs you, Ul'Dah. Haven't you listened to a word I said? She needs dependable people. In case you haven't noticed, I am anything but. I'm only here because of unfinished business. When it's settled, there will be no reason left for me to stay. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give him peace in Thal's realm, by making that bastard Livold finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, Ignores. Now go. She's probably wondering where you are. Alrighty then. Back to Ul'Dah we go. Why are you staring at me like that, Ignores? Is something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. Well, I'm afraid I have no news regarding the Alcren's movements. I remain confident that we will find them soon, though, so keep your blades sharp. Alright, so... we actually have several things that we could consider here. We could replace the chest piece as well as the helmet at the same time with this thing, the heavy iron armor. We could also replace the gloves. Gloves are currently level 17. And then we could replace the legs and the feet. Although, legs and feet are actually doing okay for right now. I would say... given what we're about to run into here, I would say let's go for the heavy iron armor, because that'll still be a nice boost in defense here. Versus just an extra 9 points. Alright. New weapon, new shield, and new armor goes on. Now we don't have that funky yellow helmet anymore here. Okay. And then with what we're going to get next here, this is what we can look at to replace our gloves finally. Since our feet and legs are still doing okay. Damn it all to the 7th hell. This is madness. It's Ul'Dah. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so. And whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort to using poison. Boy, doesn't that sound familiar. The Alcren must be behind this. They have failed to kill him time and again, and now they're reaching out to their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wymund when he said they had such influence, but... wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wymund. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wymund. See what he can tell us. Ul'Dah is many things, but he is not a murderer. Alright, so Wymund is going to be near the main Aetheryte. I was wondering when you might come along, Ignores. Frankly, I'm surprised all this went so quietly. He ought to know there's no walking away from this. What happened between Aldous and Livold 7 years ago? You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning, then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Livold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Blood Sands, but he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few gil more. See, the average Ul'Dah loves a good Colosseum fight, and what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? So when it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time, her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. 'Twas rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil, or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made Aldous look that much worse. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life, and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Livold? He tried to go it solo on the Blood Sands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save, though judging from that look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Fine then. Though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Rhalgr's bile. 'Tis a vile poison, rare and expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it, I hear. Gods only know why they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre in southern Thanalan and ask 'em direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation personally, but you don't, do you? By the by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. Alright, so we need to make a trip over to southern Thanalan now then. So for that, we're gonna head out through the southern gate, the Gate of Thal. And over there we have the Sultan Tree, a tree that we shall never run into in this challenge, because that is part of the MSQ. Alright, hey, hunt target, Sabotendar. Okay, we need one more. That's 15,000 experience points. And the place we need to get to is over there to search for Aldous' innocence. But we're going to hit up Little Alamigo first. Looks like there is a quest here. It's actually a little bit lower. Okay. We're gonna grab the Aetheryte. We'll address Little Alamigo later on. Chocobo Keep. Now we have that unlocked. Aetheryte. And then there are a bunch of fates in the area. Now, this area is pretty heavy for for high level 40 fates. But it's not the best area for them. That's going to be Northern Thanalan. But at some point, we are going to have to make our way through to the south. And I think the best way to do that would actually be to take the little secret path over here. That'll let us down into the desert over here, so we can take on fates down here. But not right at this moment here. Right now, we are looking for proof of Aldous' innocence. You're blocking the exit, so let's take you out. A lot of enemies in there, so I want to kind of take this one by one here. So I'm looking at where those debuffs are coming down, and yeah, I wanna move that. Let's see here. Enfeeblements, you can go over here. Okay, that's one proof. Okay, let's get into a corner here. So that's one of the proofs. Now we need to get the second one, from the second place in second part of this place. And we got respawns coming in. Okay, there's the other thing. Alright, so now can I simply get out of here? Seems like I can. Alright, let's show this evidence to Mila. Where you been, Ignores? All this has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. Alright, so we have a wrinkled bill of sale, details of dealings made between the Holocron and the Corpse Brigade for the purchase of a deadly poison known as Rhalgr's Bile. And then Rhalgr's Bile, a terrible poison made famous when it was used to assassinate an Alamegan king. This poison, is it... You've proof that the Holocron purchased it from the Corpse Brigade? Thank the gods, you've done it. Quickly, we must show this to the official presiding over his execution at Highbridge. Go, now! Alright, so now we have to head back to Highbridge. Unfortunately, I doubt that airship was ever set up. So we're just gonna have to make our way over there. Adventurers Guild. And let's hire a porter. You know what? 3 minutes, 30 gil, and then what's the cost to rent? Greetings, may I interest you in a chocobo? Mine are guaranteed fastest in the realm, or your money back. Okay, so that's 80 gil. You know what? I'm just gonna do the regular porter. Camp Drybone. Alright, so let's just take stock of what we got here while we're making our way over. So, we've got Potion of Strength, we've got Apple Juice, but that's going to be for a Conjurer. We've got Aldgoat Steak, which would give us some more Vitality. That might be a good thing to use during this upcoming fight. We do have a Potion, a single one at this point. We've also got High Potions. Same recast time, so... You know what, I'm gonna prepare this on the bar in case I need it. But I'm gonna use the regular potion up first. Got a bunch of dyes. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with. We're gonna be replacing the gloves soon, so... And this already has dye on it. Yeah, and I don't know if I want to actually change what dye is on here. There's a storm going on here. Or at least showers coming down. Alright, we are making for High Bridge. Alright, I think I'm going to start with just having the potions on standby, and if I need it, then I'll grab the food. Alright, down there. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last... Huh? Who are you? And what do you want? Alright, here is the wrinkled bill of sale. And the Rhalgr's Bile. And duty calls. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men, and he will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Ignores. All scales have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Livold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal. And you, what are you waiting for? Do it! Where did that... Aldous! Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yourselves in exchange. Mercy! Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death. I had a feeling this spectacle would draw you here. I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So it's to be a rematch. Very well, I accept. Mila and the others need you, Ignores. Leave him to me. Alright, we're gonna take care of these guys. Oh my goodness, they just jumped down. Hey, level 31. Oh, Mila, I wish I could use Cure at this level. Unfortunately, cross-class skills have not been a thing since, Heaven's Ward, I believe. Or maybe it was Stormblood. Duty complete. All this. You almost had me, Leovold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just had to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory, just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you've suffered. Let it go, Leovold. It's over. Like hell's it is, I swear, you will never know peace. Not in this life or the next. Leovold, no! You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. Alright, back to the Gladiators Guild. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for this here because it's gonna be quicker for us to just wait for it. Let's see. Less than a minute. That's not even gonna be enough time for me to really even like try to find an enemy and have it take me down just to do the quick version. Oh well. Guess we can get just a little experience while we wait. Alright, return. And to the Gladiators Guild. I'm glad you were there, Ignores. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alacran. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you'd need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No. Leovold may be dead, but the Alacran are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Ul'Dah's lovely ladies any longer, but I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Aldous, Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I'm known to have this effect on the fairer sex. I should have let the headsman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. But how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. Yes, there's one more thing I wanted to say to you before I go, Ignores. 7 years ago, before my last match on the Blood Sands, I was given an offer, a sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leovold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversity. And with that, I bid you all farewell. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. There's still so much I wanted to... What in the seven hells are you all looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? You think all it takes to stand on the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you, and you alone, who decides your destiny. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legend? Aye! Alrighty, so we have a new sword, a new shield. We already received a new chest piece and helmet previously. Our feet are doing okay right now. We said we were going to go for the gloves. Okay, this one time at level 30, it's the name of an achievement we'll unlock worth 5 points. Well, if it isn't, ignores. What wind blows you here? Okay, so with that, we should technically be able to at least look at Paladin, except we're not supposed to be able to unlock it. So let's head to the Chamber of Rule. And Genlin's is the one that offers the, that has the quest. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and knights, the Sultan sworn are the elite of the elite. Our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. We are bound to defend Sultana Nanamo Ul'Nanamo. Nanamo Ul'Nanamo. Even to the death. Such is the solemn oath that we have taken. But they do not have anything further to say on the matter. So yeah, that's it. We do not have access to start the Paladin quest line. And so because of that, yeah, this is as far as we're going to get with Gladiator here. At least in terms of, you know, we're never going to be able to unlock the Jobstone for Paladin here. But that doesn't mean we're not going to continue taking this up all the way to level 50. Let's get the new gear on. And yeah, here we stand at level 31. So from here, basically now we need to finish up the stuff that we were doing in terms of leveling. We saw in Southern Thanalan that there were some quests available down there. So I think that's probably what we're going to tackle next. And then at some point we're going to make our way over to Korthus. I'm not even sure what level those quests pop up at. I might do some research on that just to get a sense of that. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's portion of the challenge here. Thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.